You left a little handwritten note inside my winter coat. It simply read, "Don't forget to smile today." I carried those few words long after the paper faded. Somehow they still found me whenever the world felt heavy. One quiet afternoon, we watched old records spin, neither of us dancing, until you reached for my hand. No fireworks, no grand parade, just two hearts learning how ordinary moments can become unforgettable. These are the moments of love, the little pieces time can't steal. Coffee growing cold between us, laughing over every meal. Your sleepy voice at sunrise, your shadow next to mine. Every ordinary second turns to gold with time. These are the moments of love, the memories softly made, not because the world stood still, but because we stayed. You folded tiny paper cranes while waiting for the bread to bake. I counted everyone as though they carried wishes. A neighbor's old violin floated through the open window, and we danced barefoot across the wooden floor, trying not to wake the evening. Outside, the rain quietly disappeared, leaving little mirrors along the garden path. Maybe forever isn't one perfect day. Maybe it's thousands of beautiful moments that gently find their place together. These are the moments of love, the stories no one else can see, the look we share across the room, the way you still believe in me. Every quiet promise, every familiar song built a home inside our hearts, where we've belonged all along. When our photographs begin to yellow and our favorite chairs remember our shape, we'll still smile at the smallest things. A forgotten recipe, a pressed flower inside an old book, a blanket shared on an evening porch. Because love never asked for perfection, only presence. These are the moments of love. Lift them higher than the years. Every smile we've ever borrowed, every joy, every tear. Sing them through the changing seasons. Let them echo, let them rise. May every cherished memory shine brighter than the brightest on sand, it lived inside the smallest moments, and somehow they became our forever. Long after the music fades, I'll still remember the way you smiled before either of us said a single word. The old carousel had long stopped turning, its painted horses worn with time. Still we lingered in the quiet, listening to a church bell chime. You brushed a curl behind my shoulder, never saying what you knew. Yet every unanswered question found its answer looking at you. A child released a blue balloon, we watched it disappear. Neither one of us was speaking, everything was clear. Some stories need no pages, some promises need no sound. The truth has always lived in the silence we've already found. In your eyes I found a place no map could ever show, a gentle light that never asked which way the winds would blow. In your eyes every fear forgot its name somehow. If forever has a face, it's the one I'm seeing now. Closed before the sunset, leaving warmth upon the glass. We shared the last sweet cinnamon roll as strangers hurried past. You tucked your chilly hands inside the pockets of my coat, laughing when you couldn't find the tiny note I'd wrote. An old street musician smiled at us and then played one final tune. We walked the empty avenue beneath the glowing lamps of June. Every ordinary evening became extraordinary because you were there. Love wasn't waiting at the end of the road, it was walking beside me. In your eyes morning rises even after endless rain. Hope returns without a word, healing every hidden pain. In your eyes I see tomorrow waiting without fear. Every dream I never dared feels close enough to hear. When our footsteps grow a little slower and laughter carries gentler through the years, may I still discover the same quiet wonder every time you faithfully it's lived. In your eyes, every season finds a brighter shade of grace. Every road leads home again. Inside your warm embrace lifts my voice above the silence. Let it soar beyond the sky. Hold this moment higher still, never asking the reasons why. In your eyes I found the courage to become my truest heart. And if the world should lose its way, I'll only need one look to find my way back to you. When the lights grow soft and evening closes in, I'll still see the first day we met reflected in your eyes. In your eyes. I met you where the market bells were laughing through the square. You wore no crown upon your brow, just autumn in your hair. You bought a loaf from an old baker, you bowed before you paid, and kindness was the only thing that royalty betrayed. I never knew your given name was carried through the court, until the town fell silent as the riders reached the port. The banners caught the afternoon, the trumpets filled the air, yet all I could remember was the smile we happened to share. The world called you a prince, I only saw your eyes. Beyond the velvet robes was a heart that never lied. If fate could write our story, let it leave one page unwritten, just for us. Be my hand before the kingdom, be my shelter in the rain. Lay your title on the doorstep, call my quiet heart again. If tomorrow steals your footsteps to a castle I can't see, don't forget the girl who loved the man before the prince could be. The palace held its chandeliers like captured drops of dawn, while every polished hallway felt too perfect to belong. I miss the muddy footprints on the path beside the mill, where every simple promise found the courage to stand still. You placed a tiny wildflower inside my weathered book, saying some things never bloom where everyone will look. I pressed it between the pages, afraid the years might fly, yet somehow it stayed brighter than the gold that filled the sky. The crown may choose your future, the court may know your name, but soldier duty when it calls. I'll be where the fire glows, in a humble cottage room, keeping every little memory safe enough to bloom. And if one winter evening you grow weary of the throne, you'll always find the light I've left burning to guide you home. Take my hand beyond the kingdom, where no crown can rule the heart, where every vow is spoken long before the world takes part. Let the castle keep its treasures, let the nobles praise your name. I choose the boy who walked beside me, even if he never reigned. So when the bells keep ringing for the king you're meant to be, may your heart still hear the sweetest song, the prince and me. The flower still sleeps between those worn pages. Its colors have faded, its promise has not. Some loves are never measured by crowns, only by the hands that refuse to let go. The mountains wore a veil of snow beneath the northern sky, where emerald rivers danced above and taught the stars to fly. The frozen loch reflected worlds no daylight ever knew. The night itself grew luminous the moment I found you. Your hand reached through the winter air, as soft as falling lace, and every silent heartbeat found a rhythm in your grace. The wind became a violin across the ancient pines, as heaven brushed the earth with living ribbons made of light. The sky was breathing colors no morning could contain. Every glowing horizon was calling out our names. The world stood still around us, the silence set us free, as all of time surrendered to our melody. When we danced under aurora, heaven opened like a dream. Every color wrapped around us, flowing like a crystal stream. Lift me higher, higher than the moon can climb. Hold this moment beyond the hands of time. When we danced under aurora, every star began to sing. Love became forever's language, carried on celestial ways. The forest kept our secret, where the silver foxes roamed, while moonlit branches formed a crown that welcomed dreamers home. Each snowflake held a tiny world that sparkled in your hair, as though the winter sky had woven constellations constellations there. No castle forged by kings could hold a treasure half as rare as one slow turn within your arms beneath that emerald air. The night wrote gentle promises across the quiet snow. In every step we left behind, new springs began to grow. The heavens leaned to listen, the valley softly sighed. The lights became a river rolling through the sky. Every whispered heartbeat rose above the blue until the stars themselves were dancing too. Color wrapped around us, flowing like a crystal stream. Lift me higher, higher than the moon can climb. Hold this moment beyond the hands of time. When we danced under aurora, every star began to sing. Love became forever's language, carried on celestial wings. If one day winter fades and the emerald lights grow still, I'll close my eyes and watch them dancing on the hills. For miracles are not confined to skies we only see. Sometimes they live forever inside a memory. And should the night grow silent with no colors left above, your heartbeat will become my everlasting dawn of love. When we danced under aurora, the heavens learned our names. Every light became a promise, burning brighter than the flames. Take me farther, where forever meets the sky. Let my spirit rise where eagles dare to fly. When we danced under aurora, every soul could feel the glow. Even mountains bowed before us, watching endless wonders flow. Lift me higher, never let this moment end. Hold me closer, where all broken hearts can mend. When we danced under aurora, time released its final chain. If the stars should lose their brilliance, I'd still find you once again. Now the morning paints the silence with a quiet shade of gold. Still the northern lights are shining in the story that we hold. Though the dawn has claimed the heavens and the emerald curtains fade, every beat within my heart still remembers the night we danced under There was a little cafe on a narrow cobbled street. where an old piano wandered through a slow, forgotten piece. You looked up from the window as the afternoon turned gold, like we'd recognized each other from a story never told. My coffee lost its warmth, neither one of us complained. Outside people hurried home. Inside time politely waited. You smiled before you spoke, as if the silence understood. Some beginnings never ask if the timing's really good. Every wrong turn, every closed door, every goodbye I questioned before, quietly carried me closer to your heart. Long before we knew where to start, you will always be my destiny. Not because the heavens said so, but because every tomorrow feels unfinished without you. You're the calm inside my breathing, the reason ordinary days turn into the kind of memories that never fade away. If this life writes 1,000 pages, every chapter leads to you. You will always, always be my destiny. The old station clock was 5 minutes slow, and we laughed as another train disappeared below. So we wandered through the evening with nowhere left to chase, finding little miracles in every unfamiliar place. A violin's playing near a weathered stone arcade. Children spun in circles while the daylight slowly swayed. You reached into my pocket with a folded paper star, saying, "Keep this for the nights you forget how loved you are." Maybe fate isn't thunder, maybe forever speaks much softer. Perhaps love rhymes without making a sound until one heartbeat finally turns around. You will always be my destiny. Not because the stars align, but because you found the pieces I could never seem to find. When the world becomes uncertain, when tomorrow's hard to see, your voice becomes the place where hope remembers me. If this life writes 1,000 pages, every chapter leads to you. You will always, always be my destiny. Years from now, when our reflections wear the silver gift of time, we'll still dance across the kitchen floor without the music trying. The walls will know our laughter, the windows know the rain. The little life we've built together will never be in vain. No throne, no treasure, no perfect photograph could ever hold the quiet miracle of simply making still search the crowded room just to find your face. And if every light goes out, leaving only you and me, that will still be more than enough. Because you were never waiting at the end of my journey. You were the reason I began it. So if tomorrow calls us somewhere neither of us has been, take my hand, we let destiny find us again. Find us again. I wasn't searching for a miracle, just shelter from an afternoon of rain. An old bookstore with crooked wooden shelves became the place that everything would change. You reached for the same weathered novel, then laughed before you let it go. Somehow that simple, awkward moment felt warmer than the fire below. I carried home more than pages. I carried hope. Maybe healing doesn't arrive with thunder in the sky. Maybe it begins with someone looking at you as though nothing inside you needs to be repaired. When I fall in love again, let it be this slowly, like daylight filling every corner of a quiet room. Let it grow without pretending, without racing toward tomorrow. If this heart learns how to open, may it open because of you. When I fall in love again, let it feel like coming back to life. Sunday mornings found us laughing over burnt toast and bitter tea. You'd hum a tune without the lyrics, still somehow singing perfectly. Your coat stayed hanging by my doorway one forgotten winter night. I smiled instead of calling after you, hoping you'd return. For it you did, not for the coat, for me. Some promises are never spoken, they live inside familiar gestures. In the way your hand always finds mine, without either of us thinking about it. When I fall in love again, let it be this gently, like every ordinary heartbeat, finding perfect time. Not a fairy tale, not perfection, just your laughter meeting mine. Every little moment becoming something neither of us expected to find. When I fall in across the kitchen when our favorite song begins. We'll celebrate the wrinkles, the quiet, the years, because love was never about staying young. It was always about staying. When I fall in love again, lift my voice above the silence, higher than every doubt I ever carried. Let this heart sing without fear. Let every tear become a reason to believe again. Hold me through changing seasons, through ordinary days that become extraordinary, simply because you're there. When I fall in love again, I'll know it wasn't fate that changed my life. It was one gentle smile across an old bookstore. The rain had already stopped before we ever noticed. We were too busy beginning. Morning found the valley dressed in threads of golden light, a quiet blessing woven through the fading shades of night. The dew upon the meadow held 1,000 tiny skies, while hope awoke so gently in the kindness of your eyes. The old oak on the hillside stretched its faithful arms above, keeping watch through changing years, like a guardian of love. Each breeze became a message carried over stone and stream, leading me toward the place where every heartbeat found its dream. If every road should wander beyond what we can see, the stars will still remember the path from you to me. No changing tide can steal away the promise we once knew. For every dawn begins with you. Forever beside you, where every season sings. In your hands I found the quiet strength of wings. When the heavens open wide, when the oceans kiss the shore, I'll choose your heart again, 1,000 times or more. Forever beside you, where every fear is gone. Even when the moon gives away, our love will carry on. The heather crowned the hillside in a sea of violet flame. As swallows traced the summer sky and softly spoke your name, the river curved through ancient stone with unhurried grace. Like time itself, it slowed to keep this sacred little place. I watched the sunset gather in the amber evening air, turning every fleeting moment into something we could share. No castle built by human hands could ever shelter more than the quiet home into the blue, finding all the answers in the light surrounding you. The world may turn forever, but one thing stays true. My heart was always leading me to you. Forever beside you, where every season sings. In your hands I found the quiet strength of wings. When the heavens open wide, when the oceans kiss the shore, I'll choose your heart again, 1,000 times or more. Forever beside you, where every fear is gone. Even when the moon gives way, our love will carry on. Should the years leave silver upon our waiting hair, may they also leave 1,000 gentle memories there. When our footsteps soften along the highland storm, may every laugh we've gathered remind us we're not alone. And if the final sunset paints the western sea, may the last song on the wind still carry you to me. Forever beside you, through every rising tide, with the mountains as our witness, and forever at our side. Lift this love beyond the clouds, higher than the morning sky. Let my voice soar with the lark until it learns to fly. Forever beside you, every heartbeat, every prayer, every dream the stars imagined has already found us here. When the world grows still at last, and all the ages fade from view, my soul will know one endless home. Forever beside you. The first light touched the heather, the last star slipped away, yet love remained unbroken with every newborn day. And somewhere in the silence, where earth and heaven meet, I'll walk beside your shadow until forever becomes eternity. Moonlight wandered softly through the silver birch trees, painting quiet pathways on the whispering leaves. Your footsteps found the meadow where the wildflowers slept, as though the night had guarded every promise it had kept. The river wore the heavens like a ribbon made of became my guide, and every lonely season quietly slipped aside. The hills were listening, the wind stood still, the sky unfolded beyond the highest hill. As the world grew silent, our hearts became the tune of two souls awakening beneath the moon. We are lovers under the moon, where forever blooms too soon. Every star becomes a flame, calling softly through your name. Hold me where the heavens glow, where only faithful dreamers go. If the night should steal the dawn away, our love will be the light that stays. Ancient stones remembered, stories older than the sea, yet none were ever written quite the way you looked at me. The heather brushed your fingertips like blessings dressed in bloom, while echoes filled the valleys with a sweet and tender tune. Beyond the distant mountains, where the first light longs to rise, I found another lifetime shining gently in your eyes. No road could ever carry me somewhere more complete than the quiet place our hearts and destiny would meet. Every breath between us felt timeless and true, like every constellation had slowly led to you. The night became a canvas where hope was born anew, and every dream wore shades of silver blue. We are lovers under the moon, where forever blooms too soon. Every star becomes a flame, calling softly through your name. Hold me where the heavens glow, where only faithful dreamers go. If the night should steal the dawn away, our love will be the light that stays. When the years become the river and our hair is kissed with snow, may this moon still find us smiling where the highland roses grow. If tomorrow hides its wonders far beyond what eyes can see, let this endless sky remember you were always home to me. We are lovers under the moon, hearts forever set in bloom. Every star now sings above, blessing every vow of love. Lift me higher than the skies, finds eternity right here. Though the tides may change the shore, I will choose you evermore. When the heavens call our names, love will shine beyond the flames. We are lovers under the moon, held within its silver light, until every star has faded. You'll be my endless night, my endless light. The moon sailed west beyond the sea, leaving dawn upon the land. Still your heartbeat echoed softly, like a promise. The tide drew silver circles on the sleeping edge of stone, as twilight wrapped the cliffs in colors only dusk has known. Your name arrived like drifting leaves that found the quiet stream, turning every fading hour into something I could keep. The pines stood still beneath the sky, their branches bowed in grace, while distant hills held echoes that no passing wind could erase. I gathered little fragments from the day's departing glow, trusting every gentle ember had somewhere left to go. If the evening hides tomorrow behind its velvet veil, I'll follow every whisper where faithful hearts prevail. The silence is not empty when your promise fills the air, even unseen. Your love is always there until the stars shine over these ancient skies. I'll carry your light where the horizon lies. When shadows grow longer than the longest night, your love is the dawn waiting out of sight. Until the stars shine, I will not let go. Like rivers that remember where they long to flow, no distance can quiet what our souls began. Forever is written before time ever ends. The old stone bridge was weathered by 1,000 winters' rain, yet every arch still carried hope across the rushing plain. The heather wore the morning like a royal woven thread, blooming where forgotten dreams were gently laid to rest. A lone white gull sailed slowly through the pale awakening blue, as if it knew the path that always circles back to you. The valleys held their breath before the sun embraced the land, and I could almost feel your fingers finding mine again. Every mile becomes a melody the heart has always known, leading every wandering soul a little closer home. The sky keeps every promise as patient as the sea, until the stars shine over these ancient skies. I'll carry your light where the horizon lies. When shadows grow longer than the longest night, your love is the dawn, waiting out of sight. Until the stars shine, I will not let go. Like rivers that remember where they long to flow, no distance can quiet what our souls began. Forever is written before time ever ran. There may come a season when the mountains disappear, hidden by the clouds that every traveler learns to fear. Still beneath the mist they stand, unshaken, proud and true, the way my heart has always stood for you. When the moon forgets its silver and the sea has lost its song, love will be the quiet strength that carries us along. Not because the road is easy or the waiting feels small, but because your hand is where my spirit longs to fall. Until the stars shine brighter than they've ever shone before, I'll meet you where the restless waves surrender to the shore. Every tear becomes a diamond in the midnight's gentle glow. Every farewell plants a place where future blossoms grow. Until the stars shine, every dream survive, lighting hidden pathways through our separate lives. From the highlands to the oceans, through every changing sky, our promise will outlive the years that wander by. Until the stars shine, let the heavens see the endless song your heart has always been to me. When the first light crowns the mountains in radiant gold above, the stars will fade, but never our love. The morning finds the heather dressed in drops of crystal rain. The wind remembers every vow whispered across the glen. And if the night returns with all its quiet mystery, I'll wait beneath its endless sky until the stars shine for you and me. The tide drew silver circles on the sleeping